What's up everybody? Today I will be showing you how to improve at box fighting in Fortnite. Box fighting definitely takes a lot of skill to become good at it, and it's also the most common type of fight, especially if you're trying to play competitive, but here I will break it down to help you get better. The main components of box fighting are piece control, angles, speed, reaction time, and reads. And starting off, we have piece control. In box fights, piece control is one of the most important parts of winning. This is where you'll gain the biggest advantage and what will most likely win you the fight. The first thing you should be doing in a box fight situation is looking for anything missing in your opponent's box. This could be a wall, a cone in or on top of their box, or even the floor. Once you identify exactly what's missing, you need to claim it. There's a problem with each of these 4 boxes, and I want you to figure out what it is. In this first box, there was a cone missing, and the best way to claim it is by phasing it in while breaking the wall. To do this, you just need to place your cone while the wall is breaking. Now the problem with the second box was there was no floor under the cone on the top of the box. To claim this, all you need to do is place the floor and it'll go through the cone automatically. The problem with the third box was that there was no wall in the back. All you have to do is be the first to get there and claim it. And finally, the last box had a wall that was already weak, and because it was 75 health, all it takes is one pickaxe swing and it'll break. Another very important thing in box fighting is your angles. As far as how you should set up the fight, try to avoid taking the fight straight on. You'll need to set up the box on a right hand peak. This is known as diagonal box fighting. But if that's not an option, take the fight from one box away. This will keep some space between you and your opponent. Now that's just for setting up the fight, but once you're in the fight, you also can use your angles to take walls or phase builds. Here are some examples. Your angles are also very important when it comes to trying to get damage, but this is just known as peaks, and they are essential to dealing damage without taking damage. Some good peaks to take in box fights are the peanut butter edit, which is just editing the top 3 right corner tiles of a wall, a window edit, and occasionally a bottom corner edit, but it's important that you use the right edit for the right moment. The best way to practice this is in Raider's mechanics map, where he has a scenario that requires you to make an edit and shoot the bot, but if you're exposed for too long, you will get hit. Another key component in being a good box fighter is your speed. When it comes to editing, resetting, taking a wall, or phasing builds, the faster you can do it, the better. Now, you don't want to go for speed at the cost of your crosshair placement, and you don't want to just edit just to be editing, as doing either one of these can end up putting you in a bad situation. In other words, don't rush it, just focus on being quick, consistent, and effective with your moves. In my opinion, the best ways to practice this are playing 1v1 piece control and speed realistics, but getting experience over time will also improve this. The fourth component of box fighting that I will talk about is reaction timing. Being able to react to your opponent fast can get you damage and keep you from taking damage. All of the best players have great reaction times, and this allows them to counter their opponent's attempted moves quickly. And by improving your reaction time, you'll be able to capitalize on any mistakes your opponent makes. Now, they do have scenarios in certain creative maps that will allow you to practice your reaction time, but one of the best things you can do is just get in-game experience and really look for mistakes that your opponent is making and try to read what they're about to do. And that brings me into the next topic, which is being able to read and predict your opponents. Being able to read and predict your opponents is another crucial factor in winning box fights, and some of the main reads in box fights come from seeing if your opponent has their map out or their weapon. This will tell you if your opponent wants to make an edit or take a shot. Also, pay attention to if they have a shotgun out or a spray weapon, because you don't want to be going for an edit or a wall replace and just get sprayed. Another common read you can make to predict your opponent is paying attention to where they are positioned in the box. For example, if you see somebody move to the left side of their box, you can assume that they're about to try to go for a peanut butter edit. Making a good read can also put you in position to do damage. For example, if you see your opponent is swinging twice on your wall, you know that you can go for a pre-fire. Or if they're constantly spraying your walls, you can go for a pre-fire. But as you get more experience, you'll start to learn the patterns of players in this game, and you can use that to your advantage. Now moving on to creative, the best things you can use to practice your box fighting are 1v1 piece control, Gabriel's practice map, and Raider's mechanics map. He just came out with a new version 5 map, which is also pretty good, but version 4 also has its pros. Running 32 player zone wars is also a good way to practice your box fighting, but it is a little more difficult because there's a lot more going on and you have to face more delay. But it's good to get practice in those high pressure environments. And as far as end game, playing ranked is probably the best way to improve at box fighting, because the higher you go up in rank, the more box fights you're likely to get into. And as you get up, the players get better at it. Now, if you want to get better at building, watch this video on 10 build moves you definitely need, or this video on how to outsmart anyone with your building. Thanks for watching. See ya.